Early on Saturday, January 24, 2026, a man was shot by federal officers during an operation in South Minneapolis. Within hours, officials confirmed that the man had died at the scene. Before we begin, if you want clear, factual breakdowns of the stories shaping America right now, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps keep this reporting going. What followed was confusion, anger, and a rapid escalation that turned a residential street into the center of national attention. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara later confirmed that the man killed was a 37-year-old U.S. citizen, a white male, and a resident of the city. He emphasized that the victim was not an undocumented immigrant, a detail that immediately intensified public reaction. Initial wire reports had incorrectly listed the man's age as 51. Chief O'Hara corrected that information during a press briefing, stating clearly that the victim was 37 years old and had lived in Minneapolis. At first, authorities declined to release the man's name. However, later in the day, the Minneapolis Star-Tribune identified him as Alex Jeffrey Preddy, 37, from South Minneapolis, citing unnamed sources familiar with the investigation. Other outlets reported that the man had no serious criminal history, with records showing only minor offenses such as parking tickets. The Guardian reported that it had not independently confirmed the identity but was closely monitoring developments as more information emerged. What has fueled widespread anger is not only the fact that a U.S. citizen was killed by federal agents, but the lack of clear information surrounding how the encounter unfolded. According to Chief O'Hara, federal authorities involved in the shooting had not provided Minneapolis police or city officials with detailed accounts of the incident. As of the latest updates, local investigators were still waiting for basic facts about what led to the fatal confrontation. That silence has left a vacuum, quickly filled by disturbing video footage recorded by bystanders. Multiple videos shared on social media show a chaotic scene unfolding on a snow-covered street in South Minneapolis. In the footage, 5 or 6 federal agents wearing dull green uniforms, tactical vests, and face coverings can be seen wrestling a man to the ground. The man appears to be pinned face down as agents surround him. In several moments, some officers raise their arms in motions that appear to be punches. Other agents appear to kick the man while he is restrained. Then gunshots ring out. The man collapses and additional shots can be heard. The video cuts off shortly after, but by then, the damage has already been done. Federal officials have stated that the man was wielding a pistol. However, local authorities say they have not been told whether the weapon was actually in the man's possession at the moment shots were fired, whether he was reaching for it, or whether it had already been taken from him. This unanswered question has become central to the controversy. Open-source investigators, journalists, and analysts quickly began examining the footage frame by frame. Some analysts have suggested that one portion of the video may show an officer disarming the man before the fatal shots were fired. That claim has not been officially confirmed, but it has added to public pressure for transparency. Chief O'Hara told reporters that his department does not yet know what happened in the critical moments before the shooting. He reiterated that federal authorities have not shared a full account of the encounter with city investigators. As news of the shooting spread, tensions in the neighborhood escalated rapidly. Crowds gathered near the scene, demanding answers. Federal agents responded by deploying tear gas, creating thick clouds that drifted through nearby streets. Images from the area show residents fleeing as tear gas filled the air, while officers in tactical gear held their positions. Minnesota officials confirmed that National Guard troops were placed on standby as a precaution, though they were not immediately deployed. By mid-afternoon, the immediate chaos began to subside, but the anger did not. This shooting did not happen in isolation. It came amid weeks of rising tension between federal authorities and local leaders in Minnesota. Just one day earlier, tens of thousands of Minnesotans participated in an economic strike to protest a recent surge in immigration and customs enforcement activity across the state. The protest, described as a no work, no school, no shopping day, involved labor unions, community organizers, faith leaders, and local businesses. Hundreds of businesses closed in solidarity. Thousands of residents took the day off work or refused to shop as a form of protest. the Minneapolis City Council formally endorsed the action. During the demonstrations, about 100 clergy members were arrested, according to video footage from the scene. The protest was organized in the wake of another deadly incident that had already shaken the city. Earlier this month, Renee Good, an unarmed woman, was shot and killed by a federal immigration officer in Minneapolis. That killing sparked widespread outrage and calls for accountability. Protesters have demanded that ICE leave Minnesota entirely, that the officer involved in Good's death face prosecution, and that federal immigration enforcement be investigated for potential human rights and constitutional violations. The killing of Alex Jeffrey Preddy has now poured fuel on an already raging fire. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz responded by calling for the state to take the lead in investigating Saturday's shooting. He stated publicly that Minnesota has the personnel and authority to secure justice and urged residents to remain peaceful while investigators process the scene. Walz also warned that federal agents must not interfere with the state's investigation. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey echoed those concerns. Earlier this month, after the killing of Renee Good, Frey had publicly told ICE to leave the city. Following Saturday's shooting, his tone became even more urgent. At a press conference, Frey urged residents to reflect on what he described as a defining moment. He said this was not a partisan issue, but an American one, asking what federal authorities hoped to accomplish through the ongoing operation. He called on the White House to end the deployment of federal agents in Minneapolis immediately. President Donald Trump was briefed on the incident while returning to Washington from the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Local and state leaders demanded that the administration withdraw federal personnel from the city, arguing that their presence has only escalated tensions and undermined public safety. As investigations begin, major questions remain unanswered. Why were federal agents operating in this neighborhood? What triggered the physical confrontation? Was the man armed at the moment shots were fired? And why, hours later, are local authorities still waiting for basic information? Open-source analysts continue to examine video footage, while journalists press officials for clarity. Meanwhile, community members say trust has been further eroded by the lack of transparency. For many residents, the issue is no longer just about one shooting, but about accountability, oversight, and the role of federal power in local communities. As night fell over Minneapolis, the streets grew quieter, but the questions did not. Another man is dead. Another investigation is underway. And another American city finds itself at the center of a national reckoning over law enforcement, immigration policy, and the use of deadly force. As officials plead for calm, many residents say peace will only come when the full truth about what happened on that snow-covered street is finally revealed. If you want continued, in-depth coverage of stories like this, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Let us know what questions you think still need answers, and what accountability should look like going forward.